Good morning, students. Welcome back to your class 12th English. So, let's today also continue with our chapter, the last lesson, which we have already started from the book Flamingo. So, we are on page number 4. We have understood till the point where French teacher M. Hamel announced about the French language as well as from the next day onwards, German language would be there. And these words were like the thunderclap words for Little France. So let's try to understand what happened next. My last French lesson. Why? I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn any more. I must stop there then. So when he heard about that now there would be no more of French language, no teaching or no learning process would be there, he was amazed, he was shocked, and he was guilty that why he had not learned his language earlier. That's why it's written, why I hardly knew how to write, I should never learn anymore. That why I have missed that particular time period. Why I have not given that time to write or to learn about it. Oh, how? Now he is just telling to himself only, it's about he's talking to himself. Oh, how sorry I was for not learning my lessons. So he was upset, he was disappointed. For seeking bird's egg or going sliding on this star. So you need to underline these. So he was telling to himself only how sorry I am for not learning the lessons. I have wasted my time period. He said that he said to himself that instead of going to the school, instead of learning that French language, I wasted my time in hunting the bird's egg or going near to the Saar river. So this is the river near to the France only. My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago, so heavy to carry, my grammar and my history of the saints were old friends now that I could not give up. Now he's telling about his books, though at French books, that those books which seemed to be very like a burden to him, which he seemed that he's not interested. But now those books were like the thing, they were like the old friends of Little France. Like old friend means that you can't go away from them. And earlier the same books were like the burden to him. But now he was realizing, now he felt the importance. Now he realized that how badly he was going to miss his own language. And M. Hamel too, the idea that he was going away, that I should never see him again, made me forget all about his ruler and how cranky he was. Now he mentioned it was about French language. Now he even thought about M. Hamel teacher also, that even he was going away, see. So he was upset for that he would not be able to see this teacher again. He would and made me forget, and that he forget about all those things about his ruler, that how he used to have the ruler in his hand, and how cranky he was, like cranky the straight or the short tempered one. So he even thought about it that he would not be able to see his French teacher anymore, right? Then it says about poor man, it was in honor of this last lesson that he had put on his fine Sunday clothes. So now he said that now he understood. He said that poor man, this term has been used for M. Hamel, French teacher. Now he realized, as it was the last lesson of the French, as it was the last lesson of that teacher here, that's why M. Hamel had put on the fine Sunday clothes, meaning those best attire, like the inspection prize days or Sunday clothes, means those special dress he had wore on that day, right? Then it says about it. Yeah. So next what it says about here. Now I understood why the old men of the village were sitting on the back of the room. Now he understood. First about his clothes, then he understood about it that this last benches which used to be vacant, now those were filled up by the old men of the villagers. It means that they were there to give that gratitude to the M. Hamel teacher. It's written, it was because they were sorry too. Sorry, who was sorry? Those villagers. that they had not gone to school more. So he said that those villagers were feeling sorry that how they missed the school when that French language was taught, as little France used to do. They always, the people used to procrastinate the thing, so they were there to say thanks to M. Hamel, as well as they were sorry for not being there to attend the classes. It was their way of thanking our master for his 40 years of faithful service. Underline, please. So now it says that those villagers were there to say thanks to the M. Hamel teacher because he had given 40 long years of his life, faithful service. 4 decades he was there. So he taught number of French people. So obviously those villagers also he had taught, and of showing their respect for the country that was theirs no more. And it was a respect those villagers were giving to the country because of French language, French people. But unfortunately, that place, that country does not belong to them because Germans were going to rule on them. And then he even realized that okay, this piece of information was there at the town hall. So all the questions which were in the mind of little France, it was all totally cleared up. That there was a crowd, what news was there, why he wore fine Sunday fine clothes, why the villagers were there, everything. While I was thinking of all of this, I heard my name called. So when he was realizing all these things in his mind, suddenly Hammer took his name. It was my turn to recite. So it was a time for the discussion on the participles topic. So it was turn to recite. What would I not have given to be able to say that dreadful rule for the participle also? What would I not have given to be able to say that dreadful rule for the participle although very loud and clear and without one mistake. So he thought that he wanted to speak the rule of that participle loudly, clearly, without making any mistake. He thought in his mind, but unfortunately, what happened? He mixed up on the very first word, sorry, and stood there holding on to my desk, my heart beating and not daring to look up. But unfortunately, when he started speaking Little France, he got mixed up in first few words only, and he stood there without looking without looking up. He was not able to meet his eyes with his French teacher. Basically, he thought that I should be able to answer it properly, but unfortunately, he was not able to do that. Then it says, I guess from the next we can continue in the next class. So till here, I guess it's clear to everyone. If any doubt you are having it, please clear it out side by side. Don't linger it on. The next portion is also very interesting. So we will continue. Send the worksheet timely. It would be really, really helpful for you. Thank you all. God bless you.